हेलो।
हाँ हाँ, अब
आ,
आगे।
आ गया, ठीक है सर।
हाँ, पहले दिखाई नहीं दे रही थी वॉल्यूम।
वही सर, कहीं।
तो मगर सुनाई कैसे देगी?
हाँ जी, जी, वही।
हाँ, प्रशांत। प्रशांत, ऋषभ।
यस सर,
हाँ
ये
यस
सब।
सर।
हाँ, जरा मैसेज डालो ग्रुप में।
यस सर,
ओके
यस
सर।
सर।
ज्वाइन करे जल्दी से। और सर कैसे आप?
बस बढ़िया सर, आप सुनाइए। हाँ जी।
बस इधर भी सही चल रहा है।
हाँ जी, हाँ जी। जा रहे हो यूनिवर्सिटी वगैरह सर, या? हाँ।
हाँ, थोड़ा थोड़ा जाना होता
थोड़ा
है।
थोड़ा, ठीक है सर।
अभी बच्चे ऑनलाइन कर रहे हैं सारे काम।
हाँ जी, वही है ज़्यादातर। हाँ जी, वही हो रहा है।
ऑनलाइन चाहे आप घर से करो, चाहे आप स्कूल में जाके करो, बराबर है।
बराबर ही है सर। हाँ जी, हाँ जी।
तो हम लोग तो यहीं से क्लास ले लेते हैं,
हाँ।
प्रेजेंटेशन यहीं से करा देते हैं।
नहीं, ठीक है सर, बढ़िया।
अब बच्चे वहाँ पे हो तो जाने में फायदा भी, जब
नहीं
बच्चे।
नहीं, ऐसे तो कोई टाइम सर, वो और जगह यूटिलाइज हो सकता है बेटर, आने
हाँ।
जाने का।
और
हाँ।
बताइए आपका कैसे चल रहा है?
बस सर वही है, बस मूवमेंट रिस्ट्रिक्टेड हुई पड़ी है, तो कई बारी थोड़ी सी इरिटेशन भी होती है कोई।
हाँ,
एक
नहीं,
क्लास कई बारी जाके ज़्यादा, मतलब ये है, थोड़ा सा फिजिकल
उसमें
एक्टिविटी हो
तो
जाते हैं। हाँ
इंटरेक्शन
जी,
भी होता है, प्लस आपका मूवमेंट भी होता रहता है ना।
हाँ जी, हाँ जी, वो हो जाता
अब
है।
इसमें क्या, एक जगह आप रुक जाते हैं।
हाँ जी, हाँ जी, वो है।
ये प्रॉब्लम हो रही है।
हाँ जी, हाँ जी।
अब एक जगह रुकने से क्या होगा कि आप हेल्थ वाला भी इशू आता है।
हाँ जी, हाँ जी, वो मतलब हो जाता है।
अब जब आप लेक्चर घूमते घूमते लोगे और वैसे लोगे, अंतर है दोनों में।
हाँ जी, हाँ जी, बहुत मतलब काफ़ी डिफरेंस है सर। बट बस यही है कि चलो अभी।
देखनी है, देयर नो
हाँ।
अल्टरनेटिव।
हाँ जी, हाँ जी, वही है।
तो अब कुछ नहीं कर सकते उसको।
हाँ जी।
तो आपका उसमें पंचकुला में घर है या उससे दूर?
सर नहीं, मेरा एस एच मोगा में है सर। हाँ जी, बीच में थोड़ा सा मैं चंडीगढ़ में भी आके रहता हूँ, मतलब क्या है।
वो
हाँ जी,
कितनी दूर है?
170 किलोमीटर है सर। हाँ जी,
170।
हाँ जी, हाँ जी। पास ही है, मतलब ज़्यादा नहीं है। तो
ओके।
मेन मती मोगा में है। अब तो फिर क्या है, क्योंकि मोगा से मूवमेंट थोड़ी सी मुश्किल हो जाती है अगर अलग अलग सिटी में जाना है।
हाँ,
तो जब फिजिकली जाते तो ज़्यादातर चंडीगढ़ बेस्ड रहता था। अब ज़्यादा मोगा में टिका हुआ हूँ। हाँ जी, पिछले
अच्छा,
8-9 महीने से। तो वहाँ से।
वैसे पार्टिसिपेंट आ जाएगी 5-10।
नहीं, कोई कोई दिक्कत नहीं है सर। मैं तो बस ये कभी ना जूम में कभी ये आ जाता है साउंड
आने
वाला, तब
तो
मैं
सही है।
5 मिनट पहले ही मैं कभी, तब फिर पैनिक हो जाती है थोड़ी सी।
ना, अच्छा है।
साउंड, हाँ जी, तो ये वाला है। तो कोई इशू नहीं है, जैसे ही आप बोलोगे तब हम स्टार्ट करेंगे सर, कोई इशू नहीं है। हाँ जी। हाँ।
Good afternoon, Vipin sir.
Hello, sir. How are you?
Yes, sir. I'm fine, sir. So a few years back, we have met in NITT at Chandigarh.
Yes,
in
sir,
the cloud
I remember.
computing WhatsApp.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
yes,
sir. Okay, sir.
sir.
That is a very informative hands-on session. So once I've seen your name, I'm also expecting here the same, because here we are having all the sessions are quite going good.
Okay,
so I've seen your name here, so I'm welcoming you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. I will try to justify the faith.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, sir.
प्रशांत, हेलो।
यस सर,
स्टार्ट करें क्या?
हाँ सर, 17 पार्टिसिपेंट्स आर देयर।
हाँ, हो जाएगी। यस सर। विपिन सर।
हाँ जी सर।
विद योर परमिशन स्टार्ट करें या वेट?
हाँ जी सर। हाँ, कोई इशू नहीं है सर। आप देख लीजिए कितने पार्टिसिपेंट हैं, वी कैन स्टार्ट।
एक बार और मैसेज डाल दो जरा प्रशांत।
हाँ जी, 2 मिनट और वेट। हाँ जी, 2 मिनट और वेट कर लेते हैं। हाँ,
विल जॉइन, देन वी स्टार्ट।
यस सर।
तब तक ऐसा करते हैं ना। हेलो।
हाँ यस सर।
ये जो पार्टिसिपेंट है ना 45 के बाद वाले, उनसे इंटरेक्ट कर लेते हैं।
ओके सर।
कोई होगा?
ओके सर।
इज देयर एनी 46? कौन दिख रहा है मुझे? 93 है। नीतीश पाठक
83 है सर। अर्जुन सर
83। डॉक्टर अर्जुन चौहान।
Yes, sir.
Sir, am I audible?
Yes, Nitish Pathak.
C93. Good afternoon to all.
Yeah,
myself, Dr. Nitish Pathak, and currently I am working in Kite Group of Institutions as an associate professor in Information Technology Department.
Welcome, Dr. Pathak.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Okay. And now Dr. Arjun.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. This is Dr. Arjun Chauhan from University Institute of Biotechnology, Chandigarh University, Punjab.
Okay.
And I would like to say that it was really wonderful attending this FDP. I have learned a lot since I am from the agriculture background, agriculture biotechnology. But then also I was trying to fetch an idea that how we can correlate it in that field as well. So I have gained a bit idea about that. Thank you so much.
Welcome, Dr. Arjun. Any other? Is there 75? Amit.
Good afternoon, all. This is Amit Narote. I am working as an assistant.
Open your video, so we will see your face.
Sure.
अच्छा लगेगा, सभी देखेंगे आपको.
Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon.
Nice to meet you. 75. Yeah. Please.
Yes. Sir, I am working as an assistant professor in Xavier Institute of Engineering, Mumbai, in IT department. So this is so far I have experiencing a wonderful workshop, FDP, which is conducted under the umbrella of Atal as AICT platform. So I feel in coming days, we are expecting such kind of wonderful workshop on some other advanced topics also. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, sure. Welcome, Amitji. Any other? 77, Neetha S. 77. 77 is there.
Sir, C36 wants to say something, sir.
Yeah, please.
Sir, this is Praveen Dixit from Kite School of Pharmacy, Kite Group of Institutions, Ghaziabad.
Okay.
Sir, actually my background is pharmacy, but still I'm learning a lot from cybersecurity. Actually, this is totally technical. I'm not of a BTech background, but so far what I have got in this session, sir, it is a new learning for me, and I'm enjoying a lot, sir. Thank you so much for organizing such wonderful workshop for different backgrounds people also.
Yeah, we try to take the input like basic to advanced one. So each discipline can learn if they are interested. So thank you very much for joining this workshop.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. Thank you for a nice moderation, sir.
Any other 75? 75 is there. 64. Yeah, 64. Binit. 64. You just open your video if it is possible.
It is some network issue from my side.
Okay. No. So you just tell about yourself.
I hope it is visible now.
Yeah.
Is it visible, sir?
Hello.
Hi. Yes.
Binit is from Swami Rama Himalaya University, Dehradun. Yes?
Yes, sir. I have joined the May FDP also, but I have to learn more. So I have joined this FDP also, sir. It was very
most
good and informative session.
Yeah, most.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Prashant. Hello, Prashant.
Yes, sir.
I think now there are the enough participants. We can start, and after finishing this ending of this session, we will again interact to remaining person. Okay.
Okay, sir.
You just start because otherwise it will be late.
Okay, sir. A very good afternoon to one and all present here. I, Prashant Kumar, welcome you all in this session. It gives me immense warmth and great pleasure to grace all of your presence on the day 3rd, second half of this online Atal FDP on cybersecurity, organized by School of Computer and System Sciences, Jawaharlal Nehru University, New Delhi. The aim of education is the knowledge, not the facts, but the values. This FDP gives us an opportunity to enrich our knowledge and understanding as well. We look forward to getting exposure about what the best of the brains can think about this, especially the latest issues involved in cybersecurity. So with this burning note, without taking much time, I take this privilege to introduce you all with our expert speaker for this session. I welcome Shri Vipin Gupta sir from Unit Solutions and Unit Labs Private Limited, Punjab, here in the session of Faculty Development Program. Sir will deliver a talk on topic Network Firewall, IP Tables Malwares. Shri Vipin Gupta sir is Red Hat Certified Security Specialist and Engineer. He is Microsoft and Cisco certified, along with a certified ethical hacker. He is running his own companies, Unit Solutions and Unit Labs Private Limited, with presence in Punjab. The company has got tie-ups with various other companies and organizations for offering consultancy, open source-based solutions, high-end training to faculty and industry professionals. He has got more than 24 years of experience in IT-related fields. Have a specialization in cybersecurity, cloud computing, SDN, Docker, and Kubernetes. During his long career, he has been associated with various universities, engineering colleges, polytechnics, private institutes, and corporate sectors. He is active in both corporate and academic world. He is resource person for NITTR for various FDPs and Linux for spoken tutorials in IIT Mumbai. He is the author of few books and has also created online courses on Udemy platform. He has conducted hundreds of workshops and FDPs on various technologies, published 20 papers in international conferences and journals, recently implemented one of the most sophisticated layer on advanced network and cloud computing at some private universities. His labs contain IaaS private clouds, PaaS private clouds, different clustering implementations in SDNs. I consider it a great honor to welcome Sri Vipin Gupta, sir. I request you, sir, to please proceed over the session. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Prashant, for the introduction.
Thank you, sir.
Straightway, I will start with my session.
Yes.
So I'm sharing, most of the session is going to be practical oriented, and we will be implementing the firewall. But before implementing the firewall, we will be discussing for 15 minutes what is firewall, what are the things you have to keep in mind when you are implementing the firewall. So straightway, I will share the slides. I have to share, first I will be showing the slides, then practical implementation of that, I will be showing you various VMs. So if sometime I forget to share, please remind me. Sometimes it happens because alternative, some I have to share this screen or this screen or this screen. So first I'm going to share my slides. So for 10 to 15 minutes, we will be looking at those slides. So let me share the slides. So we are straightway starting with the firewall. So let me make it a full screen. Let me minimize it also. Today's topic is, first of all, we are going to cover the firewall. If the time is going to permit, then a little bit about the malware also. So whenever we are talking about firewall, always remember we have to keep certain things in mind whenever you are purchasing the firewall or you are implementing the firewall or configuring the firewall. First of all, whenever you are dealing with the firewall, first you have to understand what are the different type of firewalls available, and in our case which firewall we are going to show you the demo of which firewall. So when we talk about the firewall, the most famous firewall is Cisco ASA firewall. The name is Adaptive Security Appliance. The previous name of this firewall was Cisco PIX firewall. Now, when you are going to purchase this firewall, Cisco people, they are going to give you some hardware. So this is also sometimes called hardware firewall also. Please remember, whenever you are going to purchase this firewall, at least it is going to cost you more than 20 lakh rupees. And plus, for running that firewall or implementing that firewall, you need one person which is having the expertise of this Cisco ASA firewall. That means fixed cost is also available, there, and plus running cost is. And again, it is going to cost you at least 20 lakh rupees. Plus, we need some specialized person having the knowledge of checkpoint, which is going to deploy that firewall. So again, fixed cost is involved and running cost is also involved. Then we know that Microsoft is everywhere. So Microsoft has got their own ISA firewall. But when you deploy the ISA firewall, you need a 2003 server or 8 server, 12 server or 2016 server or 2019 server. That is going to cost you some money. And plus, on top of that, ISA firewall itself is going to cost you some money. But very few people uses this type of firewall. Now we are coming toward the fourth firewall, that is Linux-based NetFilter IP tables firewall. That means there is one firewall which is already there in Linux. As we know, most of the time the Linux is free. So this firewall is free. And please remember, the quality of this firewall is as good as we have discussed about the above firewall, that means Checkpoint firewall, Cisco firewall. And plus, who can run this firewall? First, there is no initial cost involved. Second, a person having the knowledge of 10 to 15 Linux command, he or she can easily handle this firewall. So in our case, we are going to cover this Linux-based NetFilter IP tables firewall. And please remember, 30% of the industry, universities, and or organization, they use this firewall. So this is not that it is free, that is why we're using. It is as equal, and sometimes we see certain features are even not available in this paid firewall. So this is the firewall that we are going to cover. But please remember, whenever you are talking about any firewall, once you have got the expertise of one firewall, you can move to the other firewall easily. Like when we move from scooter to car, once we have learned one car, we can easily shift to the other car. Same way, when you talk about the firewall, once we are comfortable with one firewall, we can move to the second firewall. Now, when I give the example of car, normally when you drive the car, you need to know where is race, where is brake, what is the meaning of red light, what is the meaning of green light. If you know these things, then you can safely drive the car. Same way, when you talk about the firewall, any type of firewall, always remember you require three things. If you are able to understand those three things, I can guarantee you that you can implement any of these firewall easily. You can handle. Now, for next 10 minutes, we are going to discuss those three things which are compulsory for learning any firewall or deploying any firewall. So first of all, we will talk about the type of firewall. That means when you will go for the firewall, you have to specify. If you're purchasing the firewall, you have to tell the vendor which type of firewall you want. Like when you go to some car showroom, you are not just going to say, give us the car. No, you have to specify some model. That means you want this type of car, whether small or big, or this type of feature you need. Same way, you cannot straightway say that we need firewall. So you must know which type of firewalls are available. So please remember, three type of firewalls are there. First one is filter, second one is NAT, third one is Menger. Now, what is the meaning of filter? When we say that please block the telnet traffic, or do not allow this person to access the website, or do not allow this person to download this, or do not allow this person to remotely access your Windows system. That means we are filtering the traffic. Most of the time, 90%, the firewall that are deployed or used, they are filter firewall. Like in our houses, we say that we have got water purifier. What it does, it removes the impurities. Same times, filter type of firewall will filter the traffic according to your directions. So most of the firewall, they are filter firewall. Now, the second type of firewalls are NAT firewall. Now in NAT, further two categories are there: source NAT and destination NAT. Now, what is the meaning of source NAT? Now, normally what happens when you do the networking in your college, university, or your organization, you normally give the address from 172 range or 192 range or 10 range. But please remember, whenever you are using 192 range, 172 range, or 10 range, you cannot directly access the internet. So for making internet available on these systems, we need one device that is normally called proxy server. So when we will use the private addresses, the request will go to the proxy server, then it will go to the internet. Now, please remember, behind the scene, proxy server is nothing but SNAT device, source NAT device. Because what that proxy servers does, when you request from the private address, before sending the request to the internet, it changes the private address to the public address. So source netting is performed. And same way, destination netting, because understanding this is very necessary for understanding the firewall. When I will move we will see the demo of the firewall, we will be using all these things. Now, the second, what is DNAT? Sometimes what happen, suppose JNU, they have implemented their web server on private address, suppose 192.168.0.2. Now they want this web server to be available to everybody on the internet. And we know that on private, if the web server is implemented on private address, nobody from the internet can access. So what the JNU will require, they will need one DNAT device, which will be having one private address and public address. Now, what we will advertise to the other people, public address. When the other people will send the request to the public address, that DNAT device is going to change the destination NAT, and it is going to send the traffic on private. That means DNAT is used for that purpose. So NAT type of firewall, generally your banks type of things, they uses this type of firewall, because normally what they need internet type of access. A remote participant, please mute your mics because certain disturbance is there. Now the third type of firewall, that means first type is filter, second type is NAT. Normally banks people, they utilize this type of firewall. Now third type of firewall is Mangle. Now what is Mangle? Now, so in the morning, I was coming from Moga to Chandigarh on my personal car. Now what happened in the way, I was stopped at 2 or 3 times by the traffic policeman, because I am ordinary people. Now what happened if I am going to put red light on my car? Now what will happen when then if I am going to travel, what will happen? Normally that traffic policeman is not going to stop my car, because that traffic policeman recognize that this is VIP traffic. So in real life, what happens, there is normal type of traffic, one is VIP traffic. Always VIP traffic will be given preference. Same way, what happens in internet? Now there can be 2 type of traffic. One is if somebody is sending you a mail, if it is going to reach 2 or 3 seconds late, no issue. But what about VoIP traffic, voice of our IP? Now we want to give priority to that type of traffic. So what will happen in Mangle type of firewall? What will happen if the traffic is of VoIP type? It will be marked as a VIP traffic. Now what will happen when the in between router, when that traffic will reach to the other routers? What will they see? If it is marked VIP traffic, what will happen? That will be given preference. Sometimes we call this as a quality of service. So please remember the telecom companies, they use Mangle type of firewall. So please remember, whenever you are going to go for purchasing the firewall, you have to specify whether you want filter firewall or NAT firewall or Mangle firewall. And please remember, in the case of the free firewall that we are going to implement, it supports filter also, it supports netting, and it supports Mangle also. But in our case, we will be looking at the example of filter, and if the time will permit, we will be looking at the example of NAT also. So that means this free firewall, it provides all the 3 facilities. That means it can be used as a filter, it can be used as a NAT, it could be used as a Mangle. That is the first thing. Now the second thing, I always say that second thing is the most important thing, direction of fire. Now in our case, we are taking the online classes. Suppose I am taking physical class and our time of joining the class is 2:30. Suppose I do not want the pupil to join my class or enter into my class after 2:30. So what I will do? I will lock the room from inside at 2:30. Now what will happen? Okay, the thing that I wanted to do, that outside people, they will not be able to enter. That was the thing that I want to do. But now what will happen? If suppose at 3 o'clock, some person from inside that wants to go outside, because I have locked the room, the problem is that person will not be able to go out. That means there is some issue with that lock that I have put. Although I was able to block the traffic that was coming inside, but when I was doing that, I automatically blocked the outside traffic. Now, what happens in industry or in organization? It has been observed that 80% time, the admins, they purchase the firewall and they put the firewall on their network. But by evening, or by next day, they have to remove the firewall, because what they do, they sometimes block the traffic from outside to inside. But what happens automatically? The traffic from inside also gets blocked. That means inside traffic also cannot go outside. That means the problem is that they were not able to understand the direction of the firewall. So in our case, we want to properly discuss, because this is the most important thing. If an admin is not able to understand the direction of firewall, never ever she or he will be able to implement the firewall. So to make you understand this direction of firewall, in my case, I will be taking 4 system for showing you this demo. The first system is going to be my Windows system. It will be having 192.1. I have seen when sir was introducing certain persons are from not from IT background, but again this is core topic. I have to discuss certain technical things. For those people who do not are aware of the IP addresses. IP addresses are just like phone number. That means when you have to use phone, you need some number. Same way, any system on network, it has to have some number. So I have given to this Windows system one IP address 192.168.0.2. Then I have got to another systems 172.24.0.11. This is going to be my Linux system. Then again, I have got another system 172.24.0.30. Again, it is Linux system. And now the people who are aware of the networking, this is your 192.168.0 network, and this network is your 172.24 network. Now they will not be able to communicate because it is different network. It is different network. Now I want this system to communicate with these two systems. So I need routing. So in my case, you can use Cisco router as I use Cisco router. But in my case, what I have done, I have made my Linux system as a firewall. Please remember, it is not necessary that you have to purchase Cisco router for having the functionality of router. You can make your Windows system as a router also, your Linux system as a router. So in my case, what I did, I took one Linux system, I inserted 2 LAN cards there, one LAN card and second LAN card, and I implemented routing functionality there. And plus, because it is Linux system, I implemented the firewall also. So in my case, although in diagram it is showing the Cisco router, but actually in my case, it is going to be one Linux system. So this is going to be our Linux routing firewall. Now, please remember, when I have given to Windows system 192.168.0.2 address, to this I have given 192.168.0.1 address, so that this can communicate with this. And to other interfaces, I have given the address 172.24. Please remember, whenever you are performing the routing function, if there are 2 networks, if you are going to attach 2 LAN card in your system, you can make them behave as a router. So now, this is going to be my firewall. So I am going to give one statement. That means I want that this system cannot ping to this system. Now I am sitting on this system. Now this is going to be your input direction. That means if the traffic is coming towards the firewall, that will be called input direction. Same way, if I'm going to say that this cannot access the web server on there, I'm sitting here, it is also going to be called input direction. That means I have to place the rules in input direction. Now, what happened? Suppose I am here and I am saying this system cannot ping to this system. Now, please remember, traffic is originating from there and it is going outside. So it is called output direction. Same way, if I am going to say that this is the system, this system cannot access web server on this system. So please remember, the direction of traffic is outside, because the traffic is originating from here and it is going outside. So the direction is output. Now the third thing, Suppose I want that this system cannot ping to this system. Now what happens? When the ping traffic will go, what will happen? It will cross from this. So this is called forward chain. So please remember, whenever you are implementing the firewall, there are three directions. If the traffic is coming towards the firewall, you have to block the traffic in input direction. If the traffic is going outside from the firewall, like from this to this, you have to control by output chain. And if the traffic is just crossing your firewall, then you have to use the, and please remember, most of the time you use forward or input. In forward case, what happens? This is generally your internet, this is your private. So in between your router is their firewall. So please remember, the direction is very important: input direction, output, and forward. And please remember, if you are going to talk about Cisco firewall, they say there is nothing input, they call it as in. To output, they call it as out. And to forward, they say there is nothing like forward. First it is in, then it is out. So little bit implementation detail is different. So please remember, the first thing is type of firewall, second is direction. So when I was taking the example of classroom, that means I should have put the rule in input direction only. Because what I wanted, outside people should not able to enter into the classroom. But what I wanted the person who are inside, they can go outside. So please remember, when I am locking the classroom, I should lock in such a way that only input traffic should get blocked. So that is the direction of firewall. So first thing we have discussed the type of firewall. Second is direction of firewall. Now we are going to discuss just the third thing. Then practically I will be showing you the demo of all these things. Now, regarding the third thing. Now, sometimes I ask the question to the participant, is the firewall going to block the virus or not? Generally, I ask the question. So when I ask the question, is the firewall going to block the virus? So 33% people generally give the answer yes. 33% or approximately they say no. And 30 always give diplomatic answer. Yes, it can block, it cannot block. So that means we are not sure about key firewall is going to do what exactly, what is the function of the firewall, what thing it is going to block, what thing it is going to permit, because this is very necessary. If I have to do the farming, I cannot purchase the Maruti car, I have to purchase the tractor, then only. Same way, when you know that you want to block the virus, you should be knowing who is going to block the virus, whether firewall is going to block the virus or your any antivirus. So we have to discuss the third thing. The third thing is going to decide what firewall can do, what firewall cannot do. So that is also important. For that, we have to, for 5 minutes, discuss OSI model. And we all hate OSI model. But please remember, when you are implementing the firewall, little bit knowledge of this OSI model is always handy. So OSI model is going to give us the hint what the firewall is going to block, what is the firewall is going to permit. So we all know that firewall, our OSI models, according to, we have got 7 layers. The first 3 layers are the data layer. Now, who are not technical persons, suppose I've got one friend in Bangalore. I want to send some pen as a, suppose Parker pen as a gift to my friend at Bangalore. That means pen is the data. Now what I will do, I have to wrap that pen as a gift. Then what I am going to do, I will write his name, then address, then phone number. And I will also write my name and address and phone number also, in case the packet is not going to reach. Same way, the first 3 layers deal with the data. So this is the data. Now I'm assuming that these 2 systems are there, 172.24.0.30, and this is your system number 172.24.0.1, and web server is there. That means from this system, I want to access the web server there. So it will also understand OSI model. This will also understand the. So the request for the page, it is going to be the data. Now what happens, please remember, when we send the traffic to the web server works on 80 port, and client side one random port will be given. So please remember, when the packet will reach the data at transport layer, one source port will get attached, one destination port will get attached, and this is called segment. Now what will happen when it will reach the network layer? Source IP will be attached, destination IP, source IP, destination IP, it will be called packet or datagram. Then what will happen at the data link layer? Source MAC and destination MAC. And then it will be converted into bits. Now, please remember, your firewall is never going to check the data. Always remember. Now, where will be your virus? Virus will be as a data. So please remember, your firewall is not going to remove the virus. So we will see later on if we want to remove the virus, which type of thing we have to use. Please remember, firewall 90% of the time it will work on 6 parameters. That means you can block or permit traffic on the basis of source MAC, source IP, source port, destination IP, destination MAC. And out of these 6 also, most of the time you are going to use source IP, destination port, and destination IP. So please remember, that is why the firewall is very fast, because it does not have to check the data. Like in the case of when you go to the railway or bus stand, not much checking is there. But when you go to the airport, even your luggage is also checked. So it takes a lot of time when you enter the airport. Same way, firewall does not check the data. It just checks from which source MAC, source IP, destination, source port, destination IP, DMAC on this 6 parameter. So it is fast. So now what we are going to do, that means 3 things we have already discussed: type of firewall, second is direction of firewall, third one is your which thing firewall is going to block. Now let me make you understand about the lab. Please remember, now I will be moving to the demo. In this, because again my firewall is a Linux system. On that system, I have implemented Telnet server also, SSH server also, web server also, FTP server also. That means 4 servers I have implemented, and 2 users I have created there, Vipin and Anantika. Now, what I will do from this system, first I will try to check whether my Telnet is working or not. Then I will try to check whether my SSH is working or not. Then we will check web server and FTP server. Once we have checked all the services, then we will see how to block the Telnet, how to block the ping, how to block these things from one address, how to block from the other thing. So this is going to be our lab. That means on this, I have got many servers implemented. And what are the commands that I am going to use? Please remember, whenever you have to use the Telnet, you need to run the command Telnet, the address of the system. And when you are using SSH, please remember, we have to use the command SSH. Please go to 172.24.0.1 system, and it is going to ask for the user VPN. We have to specify. Then for FTP, we are going to use this command. For E-links, we are going to use, and for ping, we are going to use. So first of all, before seeing what we want to do, let me first check whether all things are working or not. Once we have seen that all the things are working, then we will see what are the tasks that I want to perform. So let me move to my practical. So let me share also first the screen. New share. Now please remember, in my case, I have got 4 systems available with me. One is XP2. That system contains Windows system. If I'm going to click, this is my Windows system. This IP tables firewall is there. This is going to act as a firewall. Then I have got client 11 system is there, which is Linux system. Then client 31 system is there. Let me again first show you the diagram, then we will again, because understanding this is very necessary. Otherwise, we will not be able to understand anything. So let me again go to my now please remember, again I'm showing you the lab. That means 192.168 is my Windows system. This is my Linux system, 172.24.0.11, 172.24.0.30. Now, in the first experiment, first few things, I will be involving just two systems, this firewall and this system. But first, before seeing what things we want to do, I just want to check the connectivity from this system to this system. We just want to check whether Telnet is working, SSH is working, FTP is working, all these things. So now I am going towards this system and I will show you whether everything is working or not. Then we will perform 6 to 7 tasks. And when you will see the commands, what are the commands used for performing those 6 or 7 things, you will be able to properly understand the firewall. So again, let me move. Now, please remember, I am into 11 system. I will make it a little bit big. So this, let me first show you the IP address. So please, in my system, this is the address 172.24.0.11. Now I'm going to first check whether Telnet on my firewall is working or not, because this is very necessary. Now address of my firewall is 1. So I'm saying Telnet, please go to the firewall. Now it is going to ask for the username and password. Now the user is Vipin, password is 1. That means I was able to log in. That means Telnet is working. With Control D, I will log out. Then I want to check the SSH. 172.24.0.1. Please remember, your Telnet and SS are used for remote management. Now it is going to ask for the password. I will enter. Again, that means my that is also working SSH. Now, how I am going to check the web server? So please remember, in Linux, we have got eLinks browser. And I will be using one advanced option. Now, what I will say? Because first we want to check whether all services are working or not. So I'm saying eLinks, please go to web server, which is launched on 172.24.0.1 and dump the output. It is showing that some page is there. Now, last thing, we want to check the FTP server also. By default, when you implement any FTP server, by default, there you have got one user FTP, password is also FTP. That means it is also working. I will say bye. I will clear the screen. And last thing, I just want to check the ping also, whether it is able to ping or not. That means everything is okay. That means my connectivity between these two systems is perfect. Let me again, because I think every time you have to again share the things. That means now what is happening? Everything is now clear. That means from this, I am able to Telnet SSH web server. Now, please note down, now we want to perform 5 different tasks. Now, the first task is, I want that this system, 172.24.0.11 system, it should not be able to access any service on this. That means now we are on firewall. On firewall, Telnet, SSH, web, and FTP is running. Now, what is the first task? I want that this 172.24.0.11, it should not able to access Telnet, SSH, web, FTP. That means not any of these services. So please remember, we are on firewall and the traffic is coming towards the firewall. So what type of rule I have to put? In which direction? input direction. This is going to be our first task. But the problem with this rule is, because I'm blocking the 11, what will happen if somebody will try to assess telnet from 31 system? It will be able to assess. So sometimes it is not recommended that you are going to just block one system. In the second task, what we will do? I want to block the whole network, 172.24.0.0, whole network. That means in any address which is having in the beginning 172.24, it should not be allowed the access. That means if we are going to perform the second task, this system, they will not be able to access. But what will happen about this system? Because this is having 192.168, it will be able to access. Now, third task, I want that no one from the world, they should be able to access this system. And please remember, this rules comes very handy when your system is under attack. You have to immediately block the access. So the third task in which we would like to block everything. To make you understand, please remember, in real life also, we can block like three things. First thing, suppose JNU people, they do not like me. That means they will say that please do not allow VPN. That means they are blocking single person. Suppose they are so fed up with me and they have asked from which place I belong. They came to know that I belong to Moga. So they are so fed up with me, they say that please do not allow anybody from the Moga to enter into the JNU. That means they are blocking the whole set of people. Suppose they are so fed up that they do not want anybody to enter. I am just giving it for the example. Please do not take it seriously. So in networking also, single address, whole network, or whole universe. So these are going to be three tasks. But the problem with these all three tasks are we are blocking everything. Telnet, SS, web server also. So in the fourth task, which is very, very important task, I would say that this 11 system, it should not be able to telnet. And please remember, we will see why this rule is very important, because 50% time of an admin's life is going to be spent on this rule. And the fifth and last task that we are going to perform, that will be, this should not be able to ping this system. Now, I'm going to write about the first task. Now, what is the first task? That means this 172.24.0.11, it should not be able to search anything on this. So please remember, your firewall is just like an gatekeeper. That means sometimes the gatekeeper is there, but he or she is allowing everybody. You have to give him the instruction, please do not allow the VPN. Same way, firewall in Linux, the firewall is always there. But firewall will not work unless and until you are going to give the instruction. Now, in my case, I have got firewall here. Now, the first instruction that I am going to give is, please block the traffic from this. So for that purpose, I am just going to open one notepad file. Let me share again. First, we will write the rule on notepad. Then I will copy and paste. So the first task that I am going to write, the first rule. And please remember, when I have discussed 3 to 4 rule, I think firewall will be crystal clear to you, most of the thing. So what was the first task? Block access to all services on firewall from 172.24. So I'm going to write the rule. Let me increase the font size a little bit so that it is visible to you people. So the command is going to be IP tables. That means we are saying that IP tables, please insert certain rules. So first of all, let me write the rule. Then I will explain. So I'm writing the rule. And I have already sent the slides to the Karan sir. So almost 120 slides are there. So whatever action I'm performing, I have taken the screenshots of those and I have already shared the material. So let me first write the rule, then I will make you understand what is the meaning of each and everything. Now this is the rule. Now please remember, This is the command. Then first we have to specify -t mean type of firewall. Because when you use the Linux firewall, all the three firewalls are there. NAT is also there. Mangle is also there. Filter is also there. But now what we want? We want to filter the traffic. So what I have to write? IP tables. Type of firewall is filter. Then we are saying add the rule. Add the rule. In which direction? Input direction. Second thing that we discuss. Then out of those 6 things, -s source. In our case, from which we want to block 172.24.0.11. -j mean jump. Which action you want to perform? We want to drop the traffic. So please again, IP table is the command. Then we are saying type of firewall. If you want to use the NAT, you have to just replace it with the NAT. If you want to use Mangle, you have to just write the Mangle. A input, A mean add. If we have to delete the rule, we will specify the D. Then from which. So let me copy paste, in which we all are master. So I will copy this. Now where I am going to. So let me make it small. So again, I have to share. Let me again check. Okay. That means now this is my firewall. Let me make font size a little bit larger. Now what I am going to do, this is my firewall. Let me first show you whether it has got 2 addresses or not. Because in that I shown that it will be having 172 address and 192. Now I'm going to write the rule. So let me first copy paste. Then I will increase the font size. So this is the rule. Now I'm going to enter this. That means the moment I am going to press enter, this rule will get activated. Now how I am going to test? I will move to 11 system. I will increase the font size. Now what we are going to do? We will see whether we are able to ping or not. No, we are not able to ping. What about the telnet or e-links? We are not able to access the web server. What about telnet? SSH? No, it is not able to access. And what about the telnet? Even same way, we will not be able to access that. Now from which system I am trying to do this? From 11. But what will happen? Let me move to the 31 system. Increase the font size. Let me show you the address also. Now 31 system. Have we blocked the access from the 31 system? No. Let us check. So I will say telnet 172.24.0.1. It is able to telnet. What about ping? It will be able to ping. No issue. That means we were able to perform what we wanted. Now the problem is, no. What we want, what was our second task? Second task was we wanted to block from the whole network. So first we have to delete the, that means first the instruction was given, please block the Vipin Gupta. Then you found out, no, it is not sufficient because there are some other person in Moga which you do not want to allow. So the first instruction will get deleted. So for deleting the instruction, that means we have just said IP tables type filter. Instead of A, we have specified the D. D means delete the instruction. So please always remember, even if you have purchased the firewall of 20 lakh rupees, if you are going to just attach your firewall with the networking, it is not going to do anything. You have to give the instruction but generally the commercial firewall, they have got one web GUI is there. So using those costly firewall, just one advantage is there that they have got very nice GUI is there. Here in this IP table file, everything in command. But the people who have got a little bit knowledge of Linux, again, no issue for that. So that was the first rule. Now what I'm going to do, the second task is I want to block the whole network. So let me write the rule. So I will make certain changes in the first rule. So now what is the rule? I'm saying IP table, type of firewall, again, I want to use filter. Then I want to just, let me again show. That means, again, I want to enter into the input direction. Now in source, what I have specified? I have specified 172.24.0.0/16. What is the meaning of 16? That means 255 mask. That means it is going to block any address in which is having 172.24 in the beginning. That means now even our 11, even our 31, they should not be able to access. So let us check. So again, I will move to my client 31, client 11. Now we are not going to use each and everything. So I will just check telnet. 11 is not able to telnet. Then I will move to the 31 system. Let me check. Now 31 is also not able to. But what about this XP2? Let me first show you the address also. Please remember, in Windows, if you have to check the address, the command is ipconfig. In Linux, it is ifconfig. So 192.168, this is the address. Now we will see whether we are able to telnet or not. 172.24. No issue. Because we have placed restriction only on which address? Only on this network. Now again, I'm not satisfied. And please remember, when your whole network is under attack, then you have to block each and everything. Let us see what is the rule. So I will first delete this rule. Now I'm going to write one rule which is going to block each and every type of firewall. That means the moment I am going to enter the command, your whole network will be safe. And I always say, even not I, all the other administrators also say that sometimes it acts as a Sanjeevani booty. That means when your network is under attack. Now I want to block for each and every address. So now this rule is, sometimes we call this as a Sanjeevani booty rule. Now what is this? I'm saying IP tables. Type of firewall is filter. A input. We have not specified any of those 6 things. We have not specified the source address. Now what it is going to block? It is going to block each and everything. So please remember, that means if you are using Linux type of firewall, very fast, if your system is under any type of attack is there, whether it is DOS, DDoS, any type of malware, worm type, any attack is there. So what will happen? Just you have to run this command. That means none of the outside traffic will be able to enter your. Now, I'm not showing you whether it is able to do. That means this rule is the third rule, which is going to block each and everything. Now, let me delete this rule also. Now, the fourth rule is very, very important. Let me again discuss that. And admin's 50% of life is always dependent upon that rule. So let me again go to the fourth rule that I want to show you. Now, this is very important rule. Please remember. So what we want to do, that means block access to telnet server on firewall from. That means now telnet server is also running, web server, FTP and SSH is running. We only want to block that the people, they should not able to access the telnet server. Now please remember, you should know on which port the telnet server works. Please remember, telnet works on 23 ports. If you have to block SSH, it works on 22 ports. So let me write the rule directly on the firewall. So again, this rule is very important. Once you remember this rule, how to write, that means you are already 50% firewall admin. So let me go to this. Again, for non-technical people, this is because I have to, first the topic is firewall. Second, I'm using Linux, and I've seen most of the persons, sometimes they are not comfortable with the Linux. But again, industry people, they use Linux. So now I'm going to write the rule about the fourth thing, that I do not want the 11 system to access the telnet service there. And this rule is very important. So IP tables, I'm going to say filter the traffic in which direction. A mean add the rule. Again, it is input direction. Then please remember, we have to specify the protocol also, because your telnet, it uses TCP protocol. If it is TFTP server, it uses UDP. So please you have, and if it is DNS uses both UDP also and TCP also. When you perform the query to DNS server, UDP is used. When you have implemented master and slave DNS server, during transfer of data, TCP is used. But in our case, we are using the telnet. So we have to specify the port protocol as TCP. Then source from where? 172.11. On firewalls, which port the request is going? 23. Please remember, minus D port, because the traffic from 11 is going to the which port? D port means destination port, 23 port. And what action you want to perform? Again, very simple. You should remember three things: type of firewall, direction, input, output, or forward. Out of those 6 things, which things you want to block? We have said this. Now, how I am going to verify? Let us go to 11 system. Let us do the telnet. It is not able to telnet. What about 31 system? 31 system, no issue, because we block the access only from the 11 system. And please remember, I will cancel it with Canopy. Now what will happen if I will try to access this web server? Now whether it is going to block or not. Now please remember, web server works on 80 port, and we have not blocked that 80 port. So what will happen? Welcome to IP tables firewall. We have not blocked. Now I also want to block this port also. So what I will do, I will go to this firewall. I will use this rule, and instead of 23, what I can specify? 80. That means the same rule. You have to just according to the which port you want to block. 80. Web server uses 80. Now what will happen from now? That means telnet is blocked. SSH, this A links. What about SSH? We will be able to do. So please remember, that means writing rules, once you have cleared about those 3 fundamentals, so it is very easy to do. So again, let me. Now please, now let me clear these rules. Please remember, once I am going to reboot the system, suppose if I'm going to use this command in Linux, if you have to reboot the system, the command is reboot. Whatever rules we have written, they will be gone. So sometimes what we have to do, after we have written the rules, you need to run this command, service IP tables please remember on slides, I have given each and everything. So you can save the rule. If you want to
Excuse me,
see,
sir.
yes, sir.
Sir, actually the Word format only visible for me. I hope for all only Word format is visible. The actual demo is not visible.
Okay. Let me again check the, sir, because this is a good thing that you have pointed out. Let me again. Now it is okay, sir. Now it is visible.
Now it is okay, sir. Now it is
okay.
visible.
Okay. Let me again repeat if you have missed. So please remember, in the first case, we wanted to block the telnet. So what is the rule I've written? IP tables. Type of firewall is filter. A mean input direction. P mean protocol, because your this telnet works on TCP protocol. From which system? S mean source 172.24.0.11, and where the traffic is going, because telnet works on 23 ports. So we have said 23, and J drop mean drop the traffic. Then what I did, I have gone to this 11 system. I tried to telnet. It was not working. But when I tried to telnet from 31 system, it was working. That means I was able to. Now what I wanted to block the web server. So if you have to block the web server, you should know only the port. That means web server works on 80 port. So the same instruction. So D port, instead of 23, I replace it with the 80. That means then again, when I tried to access from this, the web server, it was not visible. Oh, sorry, it was not able to access. But what about the SSH? It is able to do. Now what happens sometimes if I am going to reboot this system? In Linux, the command for rebooting is reboot. What will happen? These two rules will be gone, because this was the temporarily. So I have to make this rule permanent. So in Linux, please remember, if you want to save the rules, the command is service IP table saves. And if you have to look at the rules, then you can use the list command. And if you have to delete the rules, you can specify the F command, flush command. With flush command, what will happen? It is going to delete all the rules. And again, you have to perform the save option. Now, please remember, again, I have told you that this rule is very important. Why this is important? Suppose today in the evening, one new server is going to be launched. Suppose the name of that server is VPN server, and you want to block that VPN server. What you should know? Only the port number. Suppose the port number is 420. So what you are going to do? You are just going to block. You have to just the same command. You have to just, instead of 80, you have to just write 420. So firewall is always supreme security. That means by using firewall, you can block each and everything, any type of server, anything of any service which is running, that can be blocked by just specifying the address. So now in our case, let us check whether we have got any rule or not. No. Now please, the fifth rule, that is very controversial rule also, and it will check the networking skill set of the participants also. Now, what is the fourth rule? The sixth thing that I want to use, let me again share. That means now we are clear about this fourth task also. Now this fifth task, it is going to test your networking knowledge of the participants. Now, what is the first fifth task? And please remember, because we will be not having much time, so this rule and one rule I will show you in the forward direction. So fifth rule, what I want to block ping to firewall. That means I want that my 172.24.0.11 system, it should not be able to ping to the firewall. Again, please remember, let me show you again. That means now the fifth task is, from this system, 11 system, I do not want this 11 system to ping to this system. Now, I have already said this is very controversial rule. Now we will see what is the controversy regarding this rule. So let me first try to write this rule. Then we will see what is the controversy, why it is going to test your networking fundamentals. So first, let me block the ping traffic. Again, because I'm sitting here on the firewall, the direction is again going to be input. So let me again go to the share. So let me go to so please, once any participant if find that demo is not visible, please, I have already shared. Let me again check. Already shared. So now I'm going to block this ping. So the command is again IP tables. Let me again check whether it is shared or not. I'm double checking. Now it is shared. That means the command is IP tables. Again, type of firewall is filter. A input. Then source 172.24.0.11. Now protocol. Please remember, your ping comes under ICMP protocol. So we have to say protocol is ICMP. And sometimes I ask the question on which port this ICMP works. And 50% of the participants, they give the answer. It works on this. Please remember, ICMP is not a server. It is a messenger protocol. So it does not uses any port. So please, when you are trying to block the ping, you have to just specify the -p protocol's name. Then what action I want to perform? jmin drop. Now let us go to 11 system. Now try to ping to this system. Ping 172.24.0.1. It is not able to ping. Now normally when we teach networking, what we say to our students, that means please give the IP address to the systems or VMs or containers, then try to ping. If ping is working, that means they are in networking. If it is not working, they are not in networking. Now in my case, ping is not working. That means my participant will assume that now they are in not networking. Now the question is that I generally want to ask, now whether telnet is going to work or not. That means our ping is not working. So normally we perform the ping. If ping is not working, we always assume that networking is not working. Now same way, now my ping is not working. Now what I want to check. So instead of asking the participant, let us see what happens. So let me perform the telnet. Now what is happening? We are able to telnet. Now please remember, the firewall does not work on the emotions that if ping is not working, the other services are not going to work. Why the only ping is not working? Because we have written the rule for blocking the ping only. We have not written the rule for blocking the telnet. So please remember that. So let me again go to that firewall. Let me show you. That means what we have written. In that we have written only that we should be able to block the ping. So please remember, if you are not able to ping to some system, it is not necessary that other service will not also work. Most of the time, normally, what happens if you are a security professional? If you are going to block the ping, almost 90% of the attack will not happen, because most of the time hackers first they see whether the system is alive or not. And generally they perform the ping type of thing. Now ping is not working. That means they will assume that this system is not alive. So they will not attack. So most of the time, the industrial systems or the system in industry, ping is normally blocked. So please remember, if ping is blocked, if you are trying to access some other service, try to access that service. That might be working. So always I say that it tests your networking fundamentals. So let me delete this. Now I'm just going to write one last rule. Then we will. So in my case, let me go to the diagram. Now what I want that this 192.168.0.2 system, it should not be able to ping to this 172.24.0.11 system. Please again, that means the last task that I'm going to perform, 192.168.0.2 system, it should not be able to ping to 11 system. Now the problem is, I am sitting here, my firewall is there. Now what is happening? The traffic will cross, it will not stop here. If it is going to stop here, we have to use the input direction. Now it is just crossing through our firewall. So please remember how I am going to block this, by using the forward. So let me show you one rule of forward. That means once you have understand the fundamentals of the firewall, and if you have if you have got little bit knowledge of Linux, then you can implement the firewall. So let me again share my systems. I have to move to my Windows system. First, let me check first ping is working or not. Then only. So this is going to be our last rule that I'm going to write. So ping, I'm saying 172.24.0.11. First, we want to check whether connectivity is there or not. Yes, we are from 2 systems. Now I want that it should be blocked. I do not want to give the access to the ping command to my 11 system. So where I have to write the rule, I will go to the firewall. And this is the last rule that I will write. IP tables, type of firewall is again filter, A mean add. Now, in which direction? That is very important. Forward direction. Then protocol is ICMP. Source, minus S means source, 192.168.0.2. Where it is going? Destination, 172.24.0.11. And what you have to do? So writing rule is very easy once you have, and please remember it is case sensitive. It is, if T is in small, that means you have to write in small. This is in capital A. And please, I've on slides, I've given the screenshot of each and everything that I'm discussing. Now I have written the rule. Now what I will do, we will test. I will go to the XP system. Again, I will try to ping. Now what will happen? It is not pinging. Request timer. So once you have understood, generally what happens most of the time I have seen, even if you have purchased 20 lakh rupees firewall, if you are not able to understand what is the type of firewall, what is the direction, what thing it is going to block, you are never going to be a successful network admin, firewall admin. Once you are cleared, then you can implement any type of firewall, or you can use any type of one. So here my purpose was to show you how to. Now if I have to delete this, just instead of A, what I'm going to do, I am going to say delete. Now again, if we are try to ping, what will happen? I'm going to ping. And please, just because we started late, just 4 to 5 minutes, I will just little bit about the malware, then I will take for questions. 3:54 is there, because we started a little bit late. So I will, regarding this firewall, I will not cover any other thing. Let me again share one thing, new share. Just 5 minutes, I just want to show certain thing. although we need a full 90-minute session for covering this, but just quickly, please remember when we talk about malware type of things, generally only virus comes to our mind. But please remember, like in real life, lot of type of diseases are there. But these days only COVID-19 or dengue is the most known. But there are thousands of other diseases. Same time in internet, lot of malware traffic is there. So what is the different type of, I will take 5 minutes, not more than that. So please remember, lot of malware is there. The most dangerous two malwares are Trojan horses. Please remember, like you use Telnet and SS for remote management. If your system is infected by the Trojan horse, please remember your system, the whole system is under the control of the hacker. That means whatever thing you can perform on the system, the same things that hacker from remotely can perform on your system. That means the whole of your system is under the hacker's control. That hacker can even can power on your webcam also. It can store your all data. That means whatever thing you can do your system, that if your system is infected by the Trojan horse, the hacker can do. The second most dangerous thing that today is ransomware. And it is has been said that if it is an average company, once you are infected by the ransomware, it has cost average $5 million to the companies. What happens in ransomware? In this case, the hacker generates private and public key. And on your system, it encrypts your files with the public key. And you know, if your file has been encrypted by the public key, it can only be decrypted by the private key, which is with the hacker. So we have to pay the ransom, then only we will get them. So once you are infected by the ransomware, if you have got the backup, then it is okay. Otherwise, you are gone. Then scareware are there. Sometimes when we visit the sites, they say so many vulnerabilities are there. Purchase this software. So that is scareware. Then we know spyware. That means it will spy on your system, what sites you visit, or other information. Then virus and worms are another things which can be harmful to your system. This can delay. And please remember, for attacking your system, like DDoS attack, we have to use a botware type. Then adware is there. Sometimes when we watch certain things, we go to certain things, ads are there. So adware, that is a little bit disturbing. So these all comes under your malwares. I could have shown you exactly how Trojan horse works, how ransomware works, because there is always, or how the botnet works. But we have got the limitation of time. And please remember, if you have to block these things, so 4 software are generally used. Malwarebytes is used for removing any type of malware. Then we have got Sophos is there, and then we have got another Spybot is there, and then Super Anti. But most popular one for malware, because generally when we use antivirus, that is generally more concentrated towards removing the viruses, because hundreds of other type of malwares are there. So this Malwarebytes is considered one of the topmost product. So a little bit introduction of the malware data, what is malware, because firewall itself has consumed a lot of time. So now I think I will take the questions from the participants, because already 4 o'clock.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much, sir, for your words of wisdom and sharing valuable information about network firewalls. It will definitely help in our future endeavors, especially the practical implementation like just now done by you. where you have told about the different aspects related to firewalls and malware detection. We are so honored and privileged to have you amongst us. Thank you, sir. Now we'll go ahead and take some time for the question. I request the participants to raise their hands or put their queries in the chat box. Hello.
Yes. Please ask the question. Yes. Hello. Please go ahead. I think first unmute yourself then. Or you can type the question in chat box also, whatever you feel comfortable.
If anyone is there, then please, they can raise their hand or put the queries in the chat box also.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, I have a question.
Yes.
So explain the firewall that Linux firewall is better compared to others. Even though we have a Linux firewall, and if we are using Windows operating system, in Windows they keep on using antivirus software when
Yes.
compared to Linux operating system.
Yes,
So,
ma'am.
from your point of view, which is better, sir? So using which operating system?
In ma'am, Linux is always better because we are generally more comfortable with the window, but industry has already they have moved to the Linux system because inherently Linux is very secure, and plus not only firewall it has got another 10 more security mechanisms are there. That means once in your organization Linux is there, Linux itself first is very secure, but again other like firewall, very powerful firewall is there. Then we have got like I said that this firewall is not going to remove the virus. Then we have got another firewall inbuilt in this Linux system, that is application level firewall, which can remove these type of viruses also there. Plus another type of securities are there. So I always recommend that not only me, the industry also recommends that Linux is the best option.
Okay, thank you, sir. Sir, if the time provided, I would like to know about the malware also, since it's already constrained. So
yes,
if
because
the organizers make an arrangement of next time, so I would like to know more about it from you, sir.
Definitely, but again, time limitation. That you have to request to Dr. Karan sir. Beyond me, ma'am.
Yeah, but it was very informative, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Sure, ma'am. Sure, we will consider your request. I will forward it to our organizer, Dr. Karan sir.
Okay, sir.
Okay, ma'am. Is there any other participant? Hello.
Participant, you are free to ask any type of not personal question, any type of question regarding this firewall. Either you have understood everything or have not understand anything. Both are not good for me. So I have already shared the.
I think no one is there, sir.
Okay. In chat box, no, I'm not finding any question.
No question is there in chat box also, sir.
Yes, no question. So in slide, my phone number is all. Let me type also. If anybody have any query, they can contact me. So I'm just typing my phone number 379, and this is my email number. So you can send me the queries directly also. So I've shared the email number and the phone number also. If I'm not picking the phone, that means I am in class. So evening is the best time. So.
Okay, sir. So I think
we should close the session, I think.
Yeah. It's fine,
Thank
sir.
you, Dr. Karan sir and management of JNU. So I'm closing the session. Is this okay? Yeah.
Yes, sir. Once again, I would like to thank you, sir.
Okay.
Now, I would like to call Dr. Karan Singh, sir, to deliver vote of thanks to our speaker. Karan, sir? Hello? I think he's not here, sir.
No issue. Okay. So
Okay,
we
sir.
can conclude the session, I think.
Yeah, yes,
No
sir.
issue. Okay, thank you, Prashant.
Thank you very much, sir, for such an awesome, wonderful presentation on network firewalls. We are very grateful for the time and efforts you took to share your thoughts and experiences with our participants. Thank you again, sir, for your contribution, sir.
Thank you. Okay, I'm stopping the session.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Sir, can you share that your PPT, sir?
I have already shared with Dr. Karan sir. I think they will be sharing. And you can directly write a test mail to me. I can send to you directly also.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yes.
It will be available on the website, sir.
Okay, then participant, you can download from there. Okay.
Hello.